For today's focus, we're going to talk about how to craft content that ranks. We're going to talk about the role of AI. I know everyone's talking about AI and everything is changing with Google. And we're going to talk about not just creating content, but how to amplify content so it can be found. And so I want to kick things off and take it back to the beginning. So Matt, tell me about those early days, digital marketing. Take me back.
So, to give everyone a quick glimpse in the color of myself, I come from very little. I didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Family didn't have a whole lot of money. So when I came out, and I was always spending faster than I made money. So I remember looking to my partner when I first opened my practice and figured, how are we going to make the phone ring? And I'm a little bit embarrassed about the story, but hopefully everyone finds it funny. We used to look at the obituary every day. We'd wait for lawyers to drop off, and then we would start buying their phone numbers. Think about that for a second. And that's how I started building my practice. We just answer the phone in law office, and I would just, send the case out to elder planning lawyer, criminal defense lawyer. It didn't really matter, and we started getting cases back to us. Fast forward a couple years later. So my point is, I've always run the opposite direction of the sheep. I tried to be ethical. I think I'm a lot more ethical now, but I still want to throw that out there because I'm very honest. However, a couple years later, we had enough money to start advertising, but I wanted to, get an advertisement in the phone book. And the phone books back then, if you weren't on the front cover or the insert, which is like $10,000 a month, you were nowhere to be found. And $10,000 a month was a lot to a brand new startup practice, even 2 years in, because we're living faster than we were making the money was coming in. That's when I discovered search engine optimization, and it's like language immersion. I started reading every blog that I possibly could, going to every conference, waxing poetic with Mr. Dreyer, and then learning it like a language. And now that's all I pretty much do. I still run a practice. My goal is to try 3 to 4 cases a year, but for the most part, it's search engine optimization day in, day out, and that dictates the mood of my day, where we are ranked.
Yeah, and I'd say Matt's strength is it's content marketing, right? It really is. There's a lot of components to Google, and just kind of leaning into that. Starting to set the tone here too. So let's start with MVAs, single event. Like, what type of content should personal injury attorneys be creating to get more car accidents, truck accidents, those types of cases?
So if you asked me this question 3-4 years ago, before the advent of local service ads, that's when, lawyers always care about ranking number 1 or 2 in their geographic region for car accident lawyer, personal injury lawyer, these vanity, high-volume terms. Those don't convert anymore, though, because you have to go through local service ads. That is pushed down pay-per-click, and now there's 2 more spots for pay-per-click. Then you get all the way down to the maps, and then below that is where you start seeing organic. I don't know if everyone knows what below the fold and above the fold means. Above the fold is when you're looking at your monitor without having to scroll down, without touching the mouse. That's above the fold. As soon as you touch your mouse and scroll down, you're below the fold. The Google organic results, once you get past local service ads, pay-per-click, and the maps, is so far down, your chance of getting a case is between slim and none. So ranking number 1 or 2 for a vanity term, it doesn't really mean shit anymore, just being honest with you. I started to curse. So the goal now is to make long-tail search content. You want to answer the pain points of your client. Who do I hire after a car accident? Who's paying my medical bills? Who's setting up medical treatment? The typical questions that your clients ask, that's what you should be answering. And the reason being is that when you look up those terms, those search queries, there's actually no advertisements. So you're swimming in a pond by yourself. You're not competing against tons of ads, especially Morgan & Morgan. I'm not pointing them out. They're awesome. But you're not having to compete against, the 800-pound gorilla in the corner.